Alright, boys. So I saw Jojo Siwa on Moist Critical's newest video. I did not watch the new video, so this is still a pure reaction. I just know from the title what she's going to be talking about. Basically, she's gonna defend Colleen Ballinger, but I want to hear what she has to say because I like to look from both points of views. Even though it's obvious that Colleen Ballinger is in the wrong and she should have been arrested by now. I'm not sure if she has been arrested, so don't take that into consideration. I just felt like making this video, so yes. Also, just for just for clarity, I didn't like JoJo Siwa from the get-go because I was like 12 when she started making music or something, and I hated her music and her face and everything about her. So there's that. Okay, let's get right into this. Also, the guy conducting this interview is my favorite, my baby boy best friend. Don't know him, but my favorite little baby boy of the internet, Howie Mandel, the man himself.
Okay, got my nails done, and I'm going to now show you my belly button. It's not a regular outie. I just squeeze it and ding.
So, yeah, let's get right into it.
Speaking of friends, are you, and if I'm wrong, are you friends with Colleen Ballinger still?
Yeah,
What do you say about that?
I've known Colleen since I was 12.
So for those that don't know, Colleen is in the middle of a kind of a...
It's tough. It's a...
Colleen, what was the name of the character?
Miranda sings.
Miranda sings. My other daughter went to all the concerts and everything, and she's getting accused of things.
Yes.
Which we don't have to talk about that she's accused of, but...
It's the reason he's not saying it is because YouTube legalities say, no, you can't say the word, but you can get away with it with words like predator. She's being accused of predatory things, which are all over the internet. So YouTube, don't take me down because I did make a video about the EDP situation where he called out Chris from Mr. Beast. So I didn't agree with that, by the way. I want to make that clear. But I made a video on that, and the YouTube robot or whatever decided, that's internet bullying. I even went to get it redeemed, but I mean, that's a whole nother thing, and it still hasn't been redeemed. They said, no, it's still cyberbullying, so it's whatever, but yeah.
I would imagine if you're friends with her, you kind of met her when you were young.
I was 12 when I met her.
And
she's always been nothing but kind to me. Her family, nothing but kind to me.
Well, I mean, that's probably because you were 12.
This is the first time that I've talked about this, so I just want to make sure I say my exact piece that I want to say. The internet can take a lie and run so far with it, so far.
All right, I want to make it clear real fast. There is literal receipts of her doing things that are obvious. For example, I will throw in this clip right now of her having a kid stick his hands in her pants.
James, hold on, I got a snack.
Was this in your self-help book?
Was this in my self-help book?
Was it? Because I brought self-help with me and I was just wondering.
Well, shouldn't you know if you've read it? I'm just kidding, James, I'm just kidding. I love you, I'm just kidding. Do you want a cheese ball?
I'd love them. I can't believe I'm reaching in there right now.
So there's that. But okay, continue to speak, JoJo Siwa.
That it's to the point where you just can't do anything about it. And I've had that happen to me.
I'm sorry, what? I don't remember any controversy happening to you besides the fact that your music sucks balls.
And I know Colleen very, very, very well. And
I feel like she's saying her name wrong. Everybody that I've ever heard say Colleen has said it like Colleen, but she's saying Colleen.
I think the work that Colleen has done for the internet is incredible. I think her creativity is incredible. Miranda Sings is a character, is a comedian. And I think that it's very hard to be a character.
Speaking of Miranda Sings, when I was younger, I never even liked that show. Like, I straight up watched like at least 5 episodes. I can even name a couple things. Like, for example, she sits at the computer for like 30 seconds in one episode, waiting for views to pop up, and she also eats a foot ice cream sickle thing with a gumball in the middle. So I did watch the show. I never found Colleen Ballinger to be funny ever in my entire life, but okay.
Character where people are also looking at you as you're a real human behind that character. And I think being a comedian is very hard because you were able to do things years ago that were okay. And now that we've grown and we've matured, we've realized that they're not okay, you know?
Okay, so I want to preface on what she just said there. She said you were able to do things years ago that were okay, while talking about comedians, and she's still speaking about Colleen Ballinger. So she's defending Colleen Ballinger, and I might be twisting her words, but this is what I understood from what she just said. You were able to do things years ago, and what she did now would have been acceptable years ago, but it wouldn't have been acceptable years ago. Honestly, she probably would have got shot years ago for what she did. She had a kid stick his hands inside her pants. A kid stuck his hands in her pants. Like, come on now.
You know what I mean?
But you, as somebody who's been in the public eye for a long time,
Yes.
do you think that it is appropriate to communicate openly with everybody that reaches out to you?
No.
No.
I don't think that communicating with fans is, you got to be careful to not,
And that's what I'm saying,
to
like-
not blur a friend-fan line. It's very tough.
And here's
That's not why she's in hot waters. You're allowed to make friends with your fans. I've spoke to fans before, aka 2 people that reached out to me through YouTube comments, but I mean, come on now. Like, I feel like that's completely besides the point. What she did was she spoke to fans who were minors and spoke about, how can I say this to where YouTube will let me upload this video? She spoke about certain activities that involve enter with a course, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, let's continue.
my question to you. Regardless of judging whatever specifically is being said that was happening, and I'm just saying this as a parent again. You said you started communicating with her when you were 12.
Yes.
Is you want to be a
But you
parent?
guys were in the same industry.
So we were
too.
in the
like,
same-
You guys were making videos and stuff together.
So
right?
we actually met because on Dance Moms, do you know Tadra Hall?
Yes.
So on Dance Moms, Tadra Hall had a party and invited the Dance Moms cast, and 4 of the girls went, and they discluded myself and Nia, who's another girl on the show. And we all knew Tadrick, so we were fine with that. But then Colleen, as Miranda, surprised the girls. And me and Nia were devastated because we were massive fans, and we loved Colleen and we loved Miranda. And then when the episode came out, Colleen saw how upset me and Nia were. And she reached out to Holly and was like, I would love to make this up to you guys. She was like, I was wondering where Jojo and Nia were. I had no idea that this was the case. Please, whatever you guys want. I just want to make the kids happy. I just want Jojo and Nia to not be sad anymore.
Okay, well, I don't know why she would be sad. She's 12 years old, making millions of dollars for terrible songs like I'ma Come Back Like a Boomerang, and has her face all over backpacks, so I don't know what she could be sad about besides the fact that she has so much money that she doesn't know what to do with it. But Colleen Ballinger, I'll let that one slide. She wants to make the kids happy. I guess I could let that slide because, I mean, that's how I would be if I was a big YouTube, if I actually blew up, I'd be like, I just want my fans to be happy, and if my main fan base is kids, then I want to make the kids happy. That's reasonable. What's not reasonable is how she goes about making them happy, aka the enter with course. That's disgusting. You're a disgusting person, Colleen Ballinger. Anyways, let's continue.
And so we ended up going to dinner with Colleen, and it was me and my mom and Nia and Holly. And Colleen was telling me that night about YouTube and how her whole family did it and how it was awesome, and she vlogs her life. And that night is when I went home and I made my YouTube channel and decided that that was going to be my career, essentially. And
I want to make it clear, her YouTube channel never blew up. Last time I saw JoJo Siwa, besides today, was on some backwards Nick channel for music only, and all she did was perform Boomerang when she was 13. So I'm surprised she's on Howie Mandel's podcast, because Howie Mandel is the baby boy of the internet. Anybody who knows who he is loves him. I mean, there's this video of him playing with his belly button. So yeah.
That's a wonderful, sweet, appropriate story.
Yes.
How is it for you now being her friend and reading some of what we read? Do you think it's all a lie? Do you think it's like, have you talked to her?
This I actually want to know.
There have been a lot of people on the internet who have gotten hit with this cancellation. And a lot of them I know, some of them I don't know. And I look at it and I see that
She's having a hard time coming up with an answer because she doesn't know how to defend somebody who is doing predatory acts. That's basically what's going on right now.
this is a sensitive subject.
See, like, come on now. Just say, I don't even remember what the question was. That literally it was like the dumbest answer to the question, and I can't even remember what the question was.
Somebody who is affected by any sort of anything having to do with adults and
I just want to make sure, does her shirt say, okay, YouTube, don't take this video down, but does her shirt say cuck? Like, what is that shirt?
I mean, for real grooming it's a very sensitive thing.
Obviously, it's a sensitive thing but it's only sensitive to the people who were affected by it. So, like, that's not even, you're, like, making it worse, dingle nut.
You must have really young people reaching out to you now.
Howie Mandel is okay. Howie, you should have just let her sit there and, like, dig herself into a deeper hole, honestly, because he literally just stepped in to try to save her because she was having a hard time coming up with words to defend her friend who was clearly in the wrong. There is video proof of her being in the wrong.
I mean, I do, and it's funny. Like, I realized when I hit 18, I was like, oh, this is different now. Like, because
right.
You know, you're.
Well, obviously, because you're the legal age of consent, but you look exactly like you did when you were 12, so I'm surprised anybody dates you. No offense.
You're young and you're dumb, and I was like, I need to be very careful about this.
Like, I know, like, her daughter's 9.
Yeah.
If she could right now, and she
Write
watches
to you and talk to you, like
she would,
She
and,
would,
and
yeah.
she would love to be your friend
Yeah.
and love to be online.
And I'm sure you want to reach out to your fans and be like, hey,
Yeah.
and give that back to them since they're such big fans of you.
The difference with Colleen and I is we were, once I became her friend, and she became my friend, and she became
What she should say instead is the difference between Colleen and I is I don't want to talk to kids, and she does. Yeah.
somebody that I looked up to. She became somebody that I idolized. She became somebody that I
That's crazy.
was like, wow, this person is a hard worker. She's a genius. She's a very strong YouTuber, and I idolized that, you know? And so throughout our friendship, we've probably filmed 100 videos together, and she's cool, you know?
That's also crazy. That's like saying EDP is cool. Like, come on now.
Oh, and I think the problem is the internet was able to capitalize off of her cancellation. And
Okay, you can't see right now, but she's literally making me angry. Okay. How about this, JoJo? I can't capitalize off of this. I make no money on YouTube currently, and I'm making this video, and I'm speaking directly to you, even though you're probably not going to see this. Colleen Ballinger is a predator. She had a kid stick his hands in her pants. There's chat logs of her being weird with kids in predatory way. YouTube won't let me say the actual word. Come on, JoJo. You can redeem yourself here. You're defending a predator, but I don't think you actually looked into it. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I think that's what's going on right now.
they still are, and they still are continuing to. And
Well, I mean, the situation was dead until you brought it up, and Howie Mandel brought it up, I guess. But the situation was dead until you started defending her. You could have just said, nah, I think she's kind of weird. That's all you could have said, and then bing, bang, boom.
it's not okay because a lot of it is based off of lies. And
She said a lot of it, not all of it. Now we're getting somewhere, JoJo.
It is it's a scary place when you put yourself. It was one thing, I came to television, which is totally different. And I'm new to the internet, and
Dude, I love Howie Mandel on the internet. Honestly, I think he's better on the internet than he was on television. He's like actually an awesome content creator. Hopefully, he doesn't end up being weird with kids.
kind of found it through the kids. But it is a really, it's like a minefield.
It is.
Okay, well then there you go. I guess that's the end of it. But no, essentially what we just watched there was Jojo Siwa defending Colleen Ballinger, so that was interesting. But in my opinion, I think that she might not have looked into the situation, and since Colleen is her friend, she defended her friend, knowing how other situations were. Like, for example, Call Me Carson, that was a 4-year difference. I feel like that is perfectly acceptable. Depending on the circumstances, of course. I don't want to make it to where like people are like, oh, I'm 18, so I'm gonna go date this 14-year-old. That's not okay. But like, I feel like depending on the circumstances, it would be okay for a 4-year difference. But anything past that is terrible. Colleen Ballinger went like 7-year difference, bro. Colleen Ballinger took the Romeo and Juliet law and rolled with it. But yeah, okay. I guess that is it. See y'all later.